One of the greatest challenges amongst the youth of this generation is the ability to portray their individualism. There are currently many more avenues now than there ever has been to go about doing this. However, millennials are so worried about constantly being criticized when they try to branch out that they feel the need to conform now more than ever. One of the most basic avenues for an individual to show their self-expression is through their clothing. When you cover yourself in, life is like taking the inner lining that no one can see and making it visible to the world. However, this is being harped by the implementation of dress codes. You see them throughout schools everywhere, and not only is it putting a hold on individual expression, but also the ability for some children to learn. When it comes to dress codes, there are two types of people: proponents and opponents. Proponents of dress codes state that it is a great way to promote conformity and uniformity in the school system. It prevents problems between what is and isn't appropriate in a school setting by simply making everyone follow the same guidelines. However, opponents of dress codes claim that it is an unfair and harsh punishment. Students are doing no wrong by trying to express who they are with what they wear, when everything they say is detested and turned against them. Most of the rules that restrict some items of clothing that are prohibited are simply unfair and sexist, according to a group of girls from John Burroughs High School in Burbank, as reported by the LA Times. While dress codes may seem like a necessary implication in order to maintain a sane, orderly, functioning school system, exactly how much good are dress codes actually doing for the benefit of education? Most people say that dress codes are a great way to protect our students. But exactly what do they need protection from? So your skin is showing a little bit. Does that mean it's borderline prostitution? Or you're wearing all black clothing? Future gang member of society? I don't think so. And spiked earrings. We all better watch out because that person is armed and dangerous walking down the school hallways. All of these are false. These are just ways that society wants to go against what we wear as a way to make us all do the same so they can keep a stronger hold on us. Dress codes cause more disruption than they do good. They are a big hassle. When you think about it, it takes longer for a teacher to dress code someone and write them a referral than it does to just send them to the office. By the time a teacher takes a student aside and writes them up for what they are wearing, they have taken 10 to 15 minutes of valuable class time away from all the other students in the class that are there to learn, which is very unfair. Sophia Carlson and 3 of her friends showed up at a school board meeting and said, since only females receive dress code violations on the basis that what they were wearing was distracting to boys, it taught male students that it was okay to misbehave and disrespect women if their skin was showing, and it taught female students that making sure male students had a distraction-free learning environment was more important than their own education. Sophia's mom went on to say that perhaps instead of forcing our girls to cover up, we should teach our males to be respectful members of society and how to control the horrible teenage emotions that cause our girls to feel outcasted. So what is a great way to get by the dress code system? I mean, you can't live with them and you can't live without them, obviously. So how do you get around it? You implement uniforms. No one likes uniforms, but if no one can agree on guidelines for a dress code, then what do? Uniforms are very difficult, sometimes even more difficult than dress codes. Especially for girls, it is hard for us to find in style, fashionable, comfortable clothing that goes along the uniform guidelines. Buying clothes like that is not easy, it's not fun, and it can be very costly. And that is money straight out of the parents' pockets, not the school. Rachel Zoe once said that style is a way to show who you are without having to speak. Nowadays, no one wants to listen to the youth of our society. We're always wrong, or we're always annoying, we're always just a little buzz that no one wants to hear. Clothing gives us that silent voice. Bandanas do not make you a gang member. Showing your shoulder doesn't make you a prostitute. And wearing loud makeup is not a distraction. Rather than trying to control the fashion statements of the 21st century, we should teach our children and adults not to control the views of outward appearance and not make snap judgments on what those appearances are trying to portray.